Last week in Philly, the defending champs unveiled their second straight Arena Bowl banner and then followed that up with an impressive 19th consecutive home win. Tonight they go for 20 against the new-look Washington Valor, who's got upset on their mind. It's the Arena Football League, and it comes your way right now. Welcome inside Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Week 3 of the Arena Football League as the 0-1 Washington Valor come on the road to take on the 2-0 Philadelphia Soul. How about glad you're along? Brent Stover alongside the Hall of Fame quarterback at Seth Bonner. And speaking of quarterbacks with good credentials, two of the best ever to play in this league squaring off here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one tonight. Over 1,300 touchdowns between the two. 5 championships. These guys have done an outstanding job. Nick got the better, beating Dan in a couple Arena Bowls. But the last 2 times these guys played, Dan beat him in a championship game and beat him earlier in that season. He's been riding high ever since.
And both guys have old, reliable on the outside. Rod Windsor for Washington has teamed up in the nation's capital with Avila after many fine years together out west.
Yeah, they've done a nice job, and I think the relationship just carries on. I don't care where they go play, what league they go play in. These guys are going to have that rhythm, that sync together to do a great job. You see 233 touchdown passes. That's the tops in the Arena Football League since 2000. These guys have been dominant together. They look to continue their ways.
And Money Reynolds for Philly, so physical, takes the top off as well.
He really does, and deceptive speed, a hard, punishing receiver, if you could say that. He is that guy, 78 touchdowns, just his 3rd year with Philly. These guys have gotten so much better together, doing a great job dominating this league.
All right, let's check in down below with Ari Wolf.
Thanks, Brent. 2 tremendous quarterbacks, 2 future Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Dan Rodaba, the Red Rocket, Nick Davila, the Latin Laser. And guys, they've done it differently, but all they do is win. Between them, they've won 5 of the last 6 Arena Bowls. That is just a staggering number. And they do it different ways. Nick throws such a beautiful deep ball. Dan is so quick at getting the ball out. And here's the best part. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk to both of them right here on the field before we kick off tonight.
Back inside Wells Fargo Center, Clint Duvall, year number 6. He's been phenomenal. And his team looking for 20 straight home wins, and he's enjoying Ari Wolf, and it's the Valor and the Soul here on CBS Sports Network. And we send it down to Ari. He's gotten rid of the coach, and he's got the 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I dumped Duvall. He's no good. He couldn't play quarterback. Now I got 2 great quarterbacks here, Nick Davila, Dan Rodaba. Guys, what I want to ask you both is what you appreciate about one another. I know you guys have become friends. When you see the success that Dan has had, what are some things you appreciate about him as a quarterback and a person?
Well, you know, he's an ultimate competitor. He's a battler. He fights every single play that he plays. Games, we've been through a lot of games, so I'm just excited to be back and playing against another great friend of mine and a great teammate, a great competitor.
Great to have you back. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck, Dan. All right, Dan, now for years he was at the top, and now you're a back-to-back champion. What are some of the things you maybe picked up from the way he leads his teams in order to become one of the great quarterbacks in this league?
You got to be gritty. You got to want it. That guy's a fierce competitor, just like you said about me. You know, it's mutual respect. And we know we got to score every time because he's going to do his best to get his guys in every time. You know, these are the games you look forward to. You got to love competing against the best.
It's fun. Have fun tonight.
Thanks, Ari.
All right, guys, 2 of the all-time best. Hopefully they delivered tonight.
Absolutely, and Ari, one of the all-time best as well.
And Ari, just so you know, I'm telling Clint exactly what you said later on today as you get a look at Coach Dean Kokinos, who we had a great visit with us this morning.
Second season, his record is just 3-12, but trying to get this franchise in year 2 to the top of this Arena Football League in 2018. Clint Duvall, I mentioned year 6, back-to-back Arena Bowl titles, and you see his record of 72-25 going for 20 straight wins in this building here tonight.
He's done an outstanding job of putting his stamp on this franchise. The way they play, with the speed they play, and you're talking about Dean Kokinos, their defense last year was outstanding. Outstanding all year long. They could not score any points. Well, I'll tell you what, the Savior's come to town, and number 10, he's going to get you some points. We'll see if that defense can rise up again in this building.
He spent last year as a coach of the Arizona Rattlers and now comes out of retirement to play again. And mentioned off the top, Avila, one of the best we've ever seen. It's Philadelphia home for Washington tonight. Poppy Livers back deep. And Pat Clark descended away for the Valor, who come in 0-1. They had a bye in week 2 last week. Philadelphia beat Albany in Albany's return to this league in front of a sellout crowd in week 1, and then outlasted Baltimore in a really, really good showdown last week. So Clark sends it away to Livers. And here we go in Philadelphia. And Livers takes it off the net. Livers with a seam, and that seam closes off quickly as he gets wrapped up and taken down to the 8-yard line. Special teams tackle for the Washington Valor, and a good job that time by Tracy Belton. This is the Red Rockets. This is Dan Rodabaugh, and these are his numbers last week. Very good. 6 touchdowns, 321 yards against the Brigade.
Well, I think he felt like they were lethargic week 1. They were 17% on 3rd down. Pumped those numbers up last week, got everything rolling, got into a rhythm. And you look for Washington to put pressure, get hands around, bodies around Dan as much as possible to try to keep him from that rhythm. Finished 10 of his last 10 to finish out that game last week.
Philadelphia's on offense first from the 8. Whips it out near side, caught, going over the boards there, but holding on to it. A beautiful catch by Darius Prince. So they get Darius Money Reynolds and they get Darius Prince, and both have been really good in the opening 2 weeks.
Them Darius boys is something else, man. I tell you what, they're really good players. I tell you, keep your eye tonight on Aaron Washa. Young guy, getting his first start, getting a lot of action tonight. They'll be without SK, Sean Kalanamoku. Keep an eye on him.
Also got off to a red-hot start, but he's injured this week, Kalanamoku. So Darius Money Reynolds in motion from the 20, a gain of a dozen on the opening play from scrimmage. Looking for the end zone, and Money Reynolds couldn't haul that one in. Pretty good throw by Rodabaugh, but unable to capitalize and get an early Philly touchdown.
That might have been just a hair late, if you can say that. That's how good a coverage that was.
And the starting offense for the Philadelphia Soul.
Good look at Adrian Ferns, rookie they really like. Darius Prince, we talked about him, and Washa. Keep an eye on him. Darius Money Reynolds dominant. The big 3 up front, Tivis, Tribune, and Manley, along with Ferns, we talked about earlier, will have to do a good job. This is a front that can get after you.
So Rodabaugh on 2nd down from the 20. Rips one, far boards, and immediately tackled into the wall after a gain of 4. Is Darius Reynolds actually picking up 5 officially.
That's just that quick read. Get it out of your hand. You want to slow down an aggressive pass rush, and that's what they got over there with Kareem Smith, J.R. Collins. These guys can fly up the field. You watch their get off in their motor, and they can make it happen. Kareem Smith, talked about him. Brandon Cisse, power push up the middle. You'll look for him and the commissioner, James Gordon, right there, number 50, to bring pressure up front. Addison, Belton, and Knight in the secondary. Addison's a very physical corner, 6'1", good size.
3rd down and 5, Philly from midfield. Pass caught, and leaping forward right around the marker is the guy you talked about, Washa. They're going to give him a gain of 5 and move the sticks. The 2nd first down for Philly on this opening drive.
And all he does is lead the team in tackles on special teams as well. So this is what kind of gritty player he is. He's a guy that gets after it. He's getting his chance today to come out and play. He's earned that trust. I watched some YouTube videos on this guy, and he is a good receiver. Goes up and makes great plays on the ball. I'm excited to see him out here getting a lot of touches in action.
You were way out in front of that story. You were telling me about him before the opening kickoff, and by the second half of that opening game, he was living true to your scouting report. This one fired across the middle. Reynolds for the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia from 20 yards out. Already the 6th touchdown of the year for Darius Reynolds.
This is a little bit too easy. Right over the box. You see Dan fronts out and looks to his left. The Jack linebacker vacates the area. Can't get any help from the backside. That's just too easy. Just a skinny sail in. And he sticks it right on the numbers.
5 plays, 42 yards in 3 minutes, 46 seconds on the game's opening drive. Extra point is up and right down the middle from Adrian Trevino. And Philadelphia looking for their 20th straight home win. Looking to start this 2018 season 3-0. Opening drive looks awfully nice.
Looked very nice. Got all 3 guys involved early.
And that's something about Duvall and Radabaugh. They make a concerted effort. We see this team so often getting all their receivers. You can see Richardson, even a tight end on that opening drive. They want everybody to feel like they're part of the offense early on.
Absolutely. And when's the last time we saw them early in the season? When you and I were together, we saw them. They didn't have that going. They were struggling a little bit offensively. They've found their mojo. Let's take it down to our buddy Ari down there.
Thanks, Jed. Here with Darius. Guys got off to a good start on that drive. During the prep this week, what were some of the things you guys focused on?
Basically just with SK not playing, we kind of knew that. So we had to get the other guys who was the next guy up on the same page. So did a little more reps. Mostly in the meeting room, we just made sure they was mentally prepared. And coach's offense is pretty basic and pretty simple. So those guys picked up quick. We just gonna come play like a normal Saturday.
You know what you're doing. We'll check back in with you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I love that guy, man. He's just a baller.
Like a normal Saturday.
I love it. Love it. We will hear from Ari Wolf early and often. Sideline reporter, sideline analyst. He'll give us his take on what he's seen down there. And plenty of interviews. As touchdowns happen, we're going to hear from the players that score them. Here comes the Valor on their opening touch of the game and chopped down inside the 5. Good special teams tackle. Darius Prince taking down the speedy Chris Duvall.
You know Chris Duvall wanted to make an impact in a hurry here. Coming back to Philly. As part of that championship team a year ago, he wanted to make a quick impact. He'll have to do it on the offensive end.
Nick Avila, the Latin laser, one of the best this league has seen. After a year off, he's back in the league, and that's good for everybody involved, I guess, unless you're the opposition.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this guy had a streak going of 5 straight years of over 100 touchdown passes. I mean, I tell you what, he epitomizes what it is because he is a fierce competitor. It's tough as nails.
Launches on first down. That's going to be pass interference right off the top, looking for his top target, and that would be the veteran Rod Windsor.
Down.
Torres Jones going to pick it up. Part of that really good Philly secondary.
But they are aggressive.
They are aggressive.
And you see the double move coming right out. Rod the God going down the sideline, trying to get there. And I tell you what, he's one of those guys that lulls you to sleep and then runs by you, because you look at him out there at 6'2", 210, 215 pounds. He doesn't look like he can run, but he can run.
So on 1st and 10 from the 14, rifled across the middle behind the intended target that time, and that's Josh Reese. So trying to get his top 2 targets involved early with Windsor and then Reese.
The Y motion 30 pole, wasn't able to connect on it.
Seven 0 Philly. An opening drive touchdown for Dan Radabaugh and company. And now the Valor looking for the equalizer. Nearly 6 minutes deep. Week 3 of the AFL on CBS Sports Network. Devault the motion man on 2nd and 10. Pass caught. Devault hauls it in inside the Philly 20. And he slammed into the boards at the 17. A gain of 18 as we take a look at the Valor starting offense.
We've got Tufunga, Siosifi, Tufunga at the fullback, Rod Windsor out there at the X spot, Josh Reese at the Y position, Chris Duvall backside at the Z spot, Danzy, Atoe, and Corbin on the front line. And I tell you what, this is a much improved offense, something that they needed from a year ago. But the veterans, Rod Windsor and Nick Davila, will make all the difference for this team.
Devault the motion man from the 17. Davila fires, end zone, back shoulder, touchdown. Josh Reese able to make the grab, a 17-yard strike.
Tell you what, as he continues to get more comfortable with the rest of these receivers, it's going to be something to watch. This is a back shoulder. He's going to see the trail technique and watch him throw it right on that back shoulder. I mean, great ball placement, and talk about the ball adjustment here by Josh Reese. Beautiful catch. Perfectly thrown ball.
Pat Clark for the PAT. Knocks it through. We're deadlocked at 7. One possession each, and it's 7 apiece, said Bonner.
They just do what they do. We make it look easy. We don't have over 1,300 touchdowns for no reason. We throw touchdowns. That's what we do. This is going to be a fun one.
Seven all midway, first quarter in Philly. Wells Fargo Center been a busy, busy place. Had a chance to walk around to some of the concessions and around the concourse before the game, and the people who work inside this arena are second to none in terms of high quality and high energy, and they have enjoyed certainly having the arena football season back, as well as the Philadelphia Flyers in the postseason. They've since been eliminated, but had some games in here in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, and of course the 76ers as well in the NBA playoffs.
Trust the process.
7 all. Taken off the net by Poppy Livers. Hesitates and gets drilled. Tattooed. And they'll mark him at the 6 by Quay Cox. All right, here was the last drive for Philadelphia.
Saw a little bit of everything. Open up with a bench route outside. You take a shot that's just overthrown out of the reach, but we get right back in rhythm with a nice little sail in, stretch it out for a touchdown. Yeah, make it look easy.
So the recap of that one: 5 plays, 42 yards and 346, 20-yard touchdown. 6th of the season for Darius Reynolds,
who struggled out of the gate in week 1. Had a sluggish game for him, but poured it on last week.
This one fired, back shoulder, Washa. An incomplete, intended for Washa at the near boards.
You rarely see that, but you talk about him being on the field regularly for the first time. Dan wanted to give him the ball in space, and as he grows and understands defense as well, he'll understand that he's got to be ready to present numbers and be ready to stop on that. The coverage was falling out. He had plenty of space in front of him. He's got to be ready for that throw.
7 all, 6:25 in the first. From the 6, Reynolds in motion. Rodabaugh looking for Reynolds. He was a little confused by that one, and into the Washington Valor bench.
That was a choice route. And Darius decides to go to the corner. When he had the post, he panics. When he sees Michael Knight head whip, he head whips towards the post, and then he breaks off to the corner.
What do you mean by head whip?
He was running one direction and tried to get back to the other side. So he's trying to get back. Watch the corner head whip here as he starts to run, and there's a head whip. See, he started to run that direction. So Darius decided to take the corner route. And I think Dan and Coach just thought he could have gone over the top of it.
Rodabaugh pumps, launches, near sideline, wide open. Aaron Washa, Philadelphia touchdown.
It was so crazy to see a 19 down there doing this. And watch the pump fake in the backfield, which makes Addison jump. They catch Knight standing still. He doesn't widen. He's got to widen to help. But look at the pump fake and the ball control by Dan. And again, up front, takes time to be able to do that. Pump that ball. Give the big nasty some credit up front.
Ryan McDaniel, so many years, wore that 19 for Philly, and now Washa doing his best McDaniel impression. 44 yards on that one from Rodabaugh. And now Adrian Trevino makes it 14-7 Philly. They've had it twice. They've scored a pair of touchdowns. Washa from Rodabaugh here in Philly. 4:38 first quarter. Valor coming in 0-1. Phillies 2-0. They've won 19 straight in this building, and Aaron Washington just caught a 44-yard touchdown throw from Dan Rodaba, and the sole lead 14-7.
I mean, it's everything we thought it was going to be up to this point.
Love it. It's going to be back and forth. A couple of quarterbacks slinging it tonight. Duvall able to leap at the back wall to receive that one. He's got a seam marker down. He's across midfield, finally knocked into the boards. In Philly territory is Duvall, and we will see what the penalty is. 34-yard return if it stands.
During return, illegal block in the back on the receiving team. Penalties after this is the goal, first down.
So that gets negated, says Dave Kataya.
I'll tell you, if that block in the back happened on Bryce Pila, that's absolute great hustle by him. You get a look at Washington's last drive. See the nice overthrow, the crossing route, the back shoulder for the touchdown. I mean, what a dime that was, and a beautiful catch by Josh Reese. This young guy is very impressive, good speed, runs great routes, good size, 6 foot, 190 pounds.
Tolliver, the intended target, and he was behind him, and it's broken up at Dwayne Hollis. As we check in with Ari Wolf.
All right, thanks, Brett. Aaron, I said to you, are you the new Ryan McDaniel? You said, no, I want to make a name for myself. Tell me how much fun you're having learning this sport of arena football.
Hey, having a ton of fun. You know, after not playing football for so long, it's great to be back out on the field, and with a great team at that, a championship team.
How's the chemistry been with Dan Rodaba, and how much is he helping you learn the game?
Oh, Dan's great. I mean, he's basically a coach on the field. He knows the game better than anyone, but not Coach Duvall. So chemistry's great. We're getting along, and I think it's going to be a good season.
Great to meet you. We've already enjoyed watching you out on the field. Keep it up.
Great to meet you, too. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Well, just now, Avila was under siege, and Duvall was beside himself in front of the Philly bench.
He wanted intentional grounding. Call could have gone either way. He's under heavy pressure, waiting on the routes to develop down the field. And that pass rush starting to get home. And
so 3rd and 10. This drive going backwards so far from the 3. Duvall, middle of his end zone. Fires, caught, marker down. Reggie Gray, the reception.
a hold in the end zone.
Valor absolutely struggling, shooting themselves in the foot on this second drive. It began with that penalty that cost them 24 yards on the kick return.
Holding, offense, 63. Penalties after this, the goal. Repeat, second down.
All right, let's go down to Ari.
Hey, guys, real quick. I mean, I can't see from where you are. If the hole was in the end zone, there should be a safety. Sid, where was the hole?
I think it was on like the 1 yard line.
Okay.
As he was trying to turn the corner and get in. You see right there, their center, Danzy, right here. There's the hold.
Because the Philly bench really wanted the safety call, that's for sure.
Well, I think they also want an intentional grounding call on the play before. But whatever it is, they're ratcheting up that pressure. Jay Rich and Walter Thomas doing work inside.
3rd and 11 from the 1.5. Avila over his intended target, looking for Reggie Gray, and 4th and long coming up.
And that's not something you see with Nick on the field, but you got Robert Hayes, Walter Thomas, Thomas Dover, led by Jeremy Richardson. I don't care what you say about this young man. This guy plays with so much passion. Dover, Thomas, Hayes, Richardson bringing the funk right now. Those guys are getting after it. Gooseby started at the jack right now. Bryce Pila in the game. Romaine, Hollis, and Jones is one of those ball-hawking type secondaries that you cannot afford to make a mistake with.
So 4th and 11 from the 1.5. Big early play in this game.
Look for the ball to go to Rod Windsor here.
Avila wide open as Windsor. They missed him. Now Avila late across the middle. It's broken up by Hollis, and Philadelphia for the Soul defense in the opening quarter.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. Let's take a look at how Philly got off the field on 4th down, minus a mistake. You see 2 secondary players flattened out right there. Nick's eyes are facing the other direction. You've got to stay with the motion man, at least for a count, because Rod Windsor's wide open. They run a little Xeon with a go on the outside in motion, and nothing doing. I mean, he was wide open. Got to stick with the motion man.
So Philly takes over on downs inside the 2 of the Valor, looking to go up by 2 touchdowns. Rodaba, handoff, right side, touchdown! As easy as that for the Philadelphia Soul, as they give it to Big Ferns that time instead of Richardson.
And that's his first one. He got the start today. The young guy that they're very high on.
Adrian Ferns, 6'1", 245. The rookie scores his first touchdown.
Oh, that's great line play by Tribu and PK Manley off the right side. Getting up to the second level, taking care of the Jack linebacker.
One play, 1 yard. Trevino has it blocked. That's a live ball. Philly able to scoop it up momentarily. Still loose towards the end zone. Getting dangerous here. Still loose. End zone.
Points.
And it's picked up. Points for the Valor. 2 of them. Wow. Again, you come to an arena game, and it's a cliche by now. You may see something you haven't ever seen, or at least you haven't seen in a while.
And I tell you, I believe it's going to be Kareem Smith, who's known for his explosive play off the football. You've got to protect on these. These aren't plays to take off people. You've got all the momentum, but then you let an outside rush get in there and block it, and it's a wild scramble going down the wire. Finally, the Valor put 2 on the board.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. As you can see, I am in the Washington Valor bench, and I'm going to slide over to Brandon to talk about the play. All right, you guys get points there on the special teams play. Take us through what was going on as you guys traversed the length of the field.
Just not taking the play off. Doesn't matter what the situation is. We just keep going, keep fighting, keep fighting. And that's just all hustle. That's what we preach that all day, practice, film, all that. That's what we're a family. We don't stop.
Have you ever had a play like that where a ball went that many times, touched by that many guys, and end up with some points?
Hey, I tell you what, Jesus is real, man. I tell you that for sure. It's very exciting. Whatever I can do to contribute to this team, I love my brothers, and that's what I'm here for.
All right, great job.
Thank you so much.
All right, Brent.
What a play.
Wow.
Meantime, what a play there. First, we're going to go.
We got to see Adrian Ferns, but look at the inside rush. Kareem Smith takes an inside charge, blocks it, and then it goes through about 15, 16 hands, and the big fella hustling recovers, and then on the kick return, poor Reggie Gray gets met by, hey, Adrian Ferns, welcome. You're a rookie, and you just hit a future Hall of Famer right in the mouth.
So Ferns has got a touchdown in the net. It's 20-9. Early stages, second quarter, Davila from the goal line. Far side caught, Windsor. Short gain just shy of the 10. A gain of 5 for the veteran Rod Windsor.
So they try to sail takeoff down there, and Nick, knowing that the pressure has been getting home, been a ton of pressure by that front, wants to take it, move the sticks, get some momentum back for this offense. That last drive was the disaster. You see him going right to work, getting comfortable, getting back in a rhythm.
87 yards for Philly, 42 for the Valor. Valor scored a touchdown on their opening possession, turned it over on down second time. Wide open down the far boards. Sprinting down inside the 15, and a big gain of 25 yards for Reggie Gray.
They're going to tack on some yards. Robert Hayes giving Nick Davila a little extra business after the play, but watch the crossing route. Look at the shake inside, and he runs right by the Right by the linebacker. Watch 99, inside charge, and then, I mean, he just throws him down, but still, it's late. He's standing there after the play. Man, I could probably still be playing if I was getting those calls right now.
I'm telling you.
But still, you don't want to set the precedent for late shots.
But this is football.
It is football. However, we
could put like a red jersey, a special jersey on the quarterback.
First of all, kicker-looking guy. Don't even talk about that kind of stuff. Slow down.
Hey, at the hotel in Albany, they thought I played quarterback in the league. Stepping up, end zone, floats it, broken up. Torres Jones for Philadelphia to throw a little bit late, maybe.
It just floated it a little too much. He had to get it over the jack linebacker, but Reggie Gray puts work in on this route, and he is wide open from the get-go. Ball could have been thrown a little bit earlier and out in front, so he has to still run to it. That's a great job by Torres Jones to continue to play football and not give up, because he was 2 steps behind Reggie Gray. Great move at the top of that route by Reggie Gray there.
Anything you wanted to add on the previous conversation about quarterbacks getting preferential treatment in every league?
Listen, they didn't come here to see the place kicker or the second-string quarterback. They came here to see the star play.
The Latin laser. Avila fires a laser. It's broken up at the last second. This secondary is so good. Intended for Gray. Right around the goal line. And Hollis in coverage.
I tell you, good throw, but you got to finish. And what does James Romaine do here? He finishes with the strip as the ball's coming in. Right there. It's bobbling and it's out. That's a great strip right there. And excuse me, that's Therese Dwayne Hollis.
Yeah. Well, they're all good back there.
They are.
They all have numbers in the 20s.
Only one has dreads, though, so I should have known that one.
That's all right. Third down and goal. Washington 0 for 1 tonight on third. Avila inside the 10. Avila retreats, steps up, fires, end zone, touchdown. Rod Windsor silencing the crowd inside Wells Fargo Center.
It's a great job of continuing to work. Watch Nick back there as well in the pocket. But Rod sees he can't get across and snaps it back out. But Nick works around inside the pocket, doesn't settle, continues to stay alive and keep his eyes downfield, and is able to find Rod Windsor.
Pat Clark, the left-footed kicker. Drills it. So the Valor have regained some momentum here. It's 20-16 here in the second quarter.
It's a great job, just what they needed. 9-point swing for the Valor, just like that.
(20-16), 10:37 before halftime here in Philly. Coming up next here on CBS Sports Network, the Seattle Seawolves take the pitch against the Glendale Raptors. Don't miss Major League Rugby right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Fun new league, and proud to have it right here on CBS Sports Network. This league has been around for 3 decades, and the back-to-back Arena Bowl champs are the Philadelphia Soul, and they're looking for their 20th straight home win tonight, looking to get to 3-0 here in 2018. And playing in front of a nice crowd as always here in Philly at Wells Fargo Center. The Philadelphia Phillies next door. Citizens Bank Park with a home game tonight as well. Off the net, good return, making something out of nothing. Poppy Livers out to the 11-yard line on the Philadelphia return. Philly has scored 3 touchdowns in their last 5 plays in this game. All right, so Ari is on this drive going to be with Clint Dolzell and be getting the play calls from him. And this is the type of access that we love in this AFL.
And I'll be looking to make sure to protect myself at all costs. What do we got here, Coach?
We're going to get out a little bit. We're going to go hitch right here, left, wild back, 92 hitch.
All right, Sid, you got it.
3-step drop, quicks across the board. So you'll see 5-yard routes. Everything should end up right about the 14-yard line as soon as they come out in formation. We're going weak side. He will sit it down. Stop route on the backside, 2 stop routes on the front side.
From the 11, quick hitter, Aaron Washa. Makes a man miss, makes another miss. Finally chopped down as he falls forward to the 21, a first down gain of 11. Head back down to Ari as soon as Duvall sends the play into Radaba. Ari going to step in here on another first down for the Soul.
What do we got here, Coach?
We're going to run it here with Ferns. We're going to go 35 naked cross out.
35 naked is going to motion away, and we're going to come back to the short side of the field, so everything's going to work back this way towards the camera.
Darius Prince in motion. It's Ferns busting loose inside the 10. Finally cut down to the 8. Adrian Ferns, the rookie, has already scored his first touchdown tonight and now breaks off a big one right there of 21.
Ooh, somebody lost a shoe down there. That's how hard that collision was. Watch the inside move, and that's a great job by PK Manley. They just flash. They let Jake Payne run himself right out of the play. Watch the right defensive end. He runs himself right out of the play. They flash and get right up the field. That's a great play call, good timing. Sometimes you just make the right call. Maybe Ari should stay down there for a little bit.
Hey, all right, hold on. What do you got here, Clint?
We got a read route for Prince here to try to work either across or sit down.
He's going to come here, go there, or he's going to sit right in the end zone. The motion man.
Looking for number 6, Prince. In motion, there it is, threw it behind him. Radaba, the timing off on 1st and goal.
I think he wanted him to sit down.
Oh, man, Clint is giving Dan the business right now.
He's not
decision by Ari to walk away.
He's not giving it to Dan. He's giving it to.
He blames me whenever it doesn't go right. All right, what do we got?
We're going same play, but just with money, though.
Yeah, see that?
Same play with Darius Reynolds.
Yeah, he wasn't blaming Dan. He was blaming Prince on that one. He thought he should have settled down. But the back motion man, he is out of the picture. He will come flying up in the screen right in this area. Take a look.
Money Reynolds, the motion man from the 9. Pump, fire, touchdown, Walsha with a marker down in the end zone. Looked like it might have been offensive pass interference here.
No, guys, it's defensive pass interference. It was whoever was defending Reynolds in the back of the end zone got called for the penalty.
I think it was Nick Adderson.
Personal foul, face mask, number 23 defense. Touchdown counts. That foul will be administered on the first play after the kickoff.
That's a lot of DC right there in the ears, but you're going to take a look at Nick Adderson on the trail, and right there he gets a face mask. And look at the ups. The rookie says, nope. I see ball. I'm going to get ball. I think he's trying to throw this to I don't even think he sees the young fella coming through there. He's trying to throw that to Reynolds, and Washington just comes in and snatches it.
A lot to like about Washa. And we're seeing it here tonight. Trevino attacks on the PAT. Philadelphia 27-16 midway. Second quarter in Philly. 6:39 before halftime. 27-16. Philly trying to get to 3-0. Washa already a big first half. A couple of touchdowns. 4 catches, 67 yards, 2 scores. And has the last 3 Philadelphia receptions.
Where does he keep finding these little nuggets?
Man,
these little
just
nuggets.
off the top of my head, it's so good. And we got one of the best stats guys in the business here. Duvall somehow busts loose out of that. Duvall, one man to beat, and he does it. He's gone. Kick return, touchdown for the former Soul star, Chris Duvall. 56 yards.
They want to cheer, but they want to boo at the same time.
Exactly.
Whatever happened to that? Once in the family, always in the family.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, they're booing him. But you see, Washa has a chance. Miss. And then, of course, you're not going to let the kicker tackle you because you're not going to hear it or live it down for the next 3-4 weeks if you do.
Duvall, he's electrifying. And he showed it right there. 56-yard return touchdown. And it's 27-22. And now Pat Clark knocks it through. 27-23 at the 5:36 mark.
He's averaging 18 yards per return before that.
And I think Ari has already got he's got him. All right, Ari.
All right, Chris, you're back here in this building that used to be your home building. How sweet was that against your old team to get that kick return for the touchdown?
Hey, man, nothing like it, man. Nothing but respect for the Soul organization. But that one was personal.
Tell me, what you see on the play?
Just followed my blocks, man. Followed my instincts. Trust my blockers, and got home.
Well done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, fellas, this one happy kick return man right here, I'll tell you that.
No doubt. This is how it happened.
I'll tell you, just a couple overruns, people getting out of lanes. You see, there's a clip right there that's not called on Josh Reese. He clips Bryce Pila. But listen, those kind of things are going to happen in a game. I mean, what a good feel for him to be able to come back in this building and make an impact.
Well, he handled it perfectly. He said all respect to the soul, but it was personal. That's a perfect answer. Complete respect, but at the same time, absolutely, you got to have a chip on your shoulder when you come in here as a player on the opposing team. So they got a PAT return for 2 points in his first half, and now they get a 56-yard return for a touchdown. So obviously the Valor special teams, big story in the opening 2 quarters.
Absolutely. That's what has them in this game. They had struggled offensively, and I tell you what, the one thing you don't want to do with the Latin Laser is give him time to really get on track and get things rolling. Still learning some of the nuances in Coach's offense, Coach Coquinos.
Here comes the onside kick, near side, it's loose. It was saying it hit Philly first.
Hey guys, it hit Philly. That should be watching the ball. It hit Philly first. It didn't go 10 yards, but it hit Philly first.
Yeah, I think it hit Thomas Dover in the back. And we'll get a look at it. But it hits Thomas Dover in the back.
Defensive lineman playing on special teams, 58 for the Soul. And that's what Dave Kataya is going to try to explain.
The ball was illegally touched by the kicking team prior to going 10 yards. Therefore, ball is awarded to Philadelphia. There's also a 10-yard penalty carried over from the Philadelphia touchdown on the face mask. 1st and 10.
Guys,
well, first of all, it wasn't illegally touched.
Are you sure about? Are you positive on that? That was what I saw at first glance.
Watch the back of Thomas Dover right there. Or it actually hits his elbow.
You are right.
And pops off. Watch right here as he comes up the block. It hits off his elbow and the back of James Gordon. Watch the right elbow. Freeze it right there, guys. It hits right off that right elbow. Take it back. Goes off the elbow and then the shoulder pad right there.
So they got it wrong here.
Yes.
No challenge flag from the 4. Philadelphia gets it. Up the middle, touchdown Burns, his 2nd of the night. What a turn of events there. Philly punches it in after an onside kick attempt that looked like it was successful, that they got the call wrong. No challenge flag, and Philly, in one play, scores a touchdown.
Well, unlike if you're in your own building, how many looks did you see on any of the replay monitors?
Well, you're right.
How many looks did you see?
But we got Ari down there. He's got the same angle as they do.
It's worth the challenge.
And that's what he's asking. We'll find out what Coach Coquinos told Ari, because he just sprinted across. Ari did, to talk to the coach about that. Extra point good for Trevino. We're going to get Ari's take on what exactly happened here. In any case, Philly gets another touchdown.
Take a chance. It doesn't work out. Unfortunately, Philly able to punch it in. The rookies are showing out tonight.
34-23 quickly before the kickoff. It's down to Ari. Ari, what did you see and hear on those last sequences?
All right, well, Dean was convinced that it should have been Washington ball, but he was immediately told by the official that his guy had actually touched it first. In which case, it still doesn't make any sense. He was very frustrated, but he's expecting another onside from Philly right now.
Here it comes from Trevino. Well, they didn't. He went deep instead. And this one's loose off the crossbar. Philly, touchdown! Wow!
All right.
Hey guys, Dean's saying it hit the wall. I couldn't tell from here, but Dean's going nuts.
Are you kidding me? Bryce Pila out of the air.
But what wall? The back wall? That was up by the net. I don't think that hit
crossbar.
I don't think it hit the wall. You see Coach McDowell, the defense coordinator, out there throwing the flag. You see the...
Well, guys, we got controversy because Kikinos didn't throw the flag, but one of his assistants
recovery
did.
of the kick by Philadelphia. Plays under further review.
So they didn't, on the onside kick, they didn't throw the challenge flag, and now they did. Ari, what can you add here?
Well, here's the crazy thing, guys, is Dean Kikinos didn't throw the challenge flag. He must be one of those coaches who has one of his assistants hold on to it, and the assistant threw the challenge flag.
I saw Benji throw it.
Right, so when he heard that it was challenged, he went to the referee and said, what do you mean? I didn't challenge it. But unfortunately for him, his assistant went ahead and did it.
All right, we're going to get an Arena football call to the booth where Dave Kataya will go on a headset with the guys in our truck, led by producer Josh Littlejohn, and he's going to tell you, the viewers, exactly what he's looking for on this replay review.
And listen, this is going to be tough for them if they don't win this, because you go back-to-back plays on special teams.
Under Arena football rules,
you should have challenged the first one. You don't challenge.
The ball hitting the bar is still live. The challenge is that it hit the wall. So we need to see a shot of where that ball actually hit. Remember, under replay, under Arena rules, the bar is in. So let's take a look at this. Okay, that hits the bottom. All right, we got one more replay from the producer. Thank you, from the truck. Here we go. Here's another replay. You can see it hit right there in the corner of the net on that bar. That ball is live. We always take a look at the whole play. Let the recovery go. We can let it run. Okay? We can let it run. Okay, we're good. All right.
All right, he saw it hit the bar, so
I mean, that's an easy one right there.
So Kataya.
Touchdown.
So Bryce Pila gets a special teams touchdown.
You go from having possession to giving up 14 unanswered. 14 unanswered. You had possession.
This has been a wild first half. We've had a blocked PAT that resulted in 2 points at the other end on a ball that was just rumbling and bumbling down the field to the other end in the end zone. Duvall got a 56-yard touchdown on a kick return when he looked like he was dead in the water for Washington. And now Bryce Pila on a kickoff that goes off the crossbar on a play that just moments ago we had a special teams play on an onside kick that looked like it should have gone to Washington on a successful onside kick. Instead, we thought they got it wrong. Philly got the ball and scored a touchdown.
I mean, a 14-point swing. You can't. That's not something you could have against the champs. I mean,
offsides defense number 12. That penalty's declined. The try is good.
Oh, PAT good. So penalty declined after all that. We have 3.5 to play in the second quarter, and Philly extends the lead to 41-23.
that's crazy. That is a crazy scenario, because they were in the game. Even though they trailed early, they were still in the game. And then those two plays, I mean, that's huge.
Let's check in with Ari. It's been crazy down there. What are you seeing, Ari? Yeah, we'll get back to him. Having a technical issue right now with Ari down on the sideline. But in any case, it's 41-23, 3:35, second quarter. Philly looking for their 20th straight win in this building. They've won back-to-back Arena Bowl titles.
Well, you see Dean Coquinos encouraging his guys to keep playing. You got to keep playing, keep playing.
Ari, it's been an eventful first half, to say the least. What are you seeing down there?
Very eventful, but guys, one of the things we always look for in our quarterbacks in this league is leadership. And I'm watching Nick Duvall with a new team try to insert his leadership. His guys have gone through a tough sequence over the last couple of minutes, but he was very quick to get out there and rally the guys. Something I saw number 13 do many times in his career.
Listen, you don't have to worry about the fight in that dog and Nick ever. And I tell you, some of those young guys, some of those guys that went through that season last year, winning one game, are looking at him to see how he responds. They're looking for his leadership. And it'll pay off.
Here comes onside kick, popped it up high, it's loose, and it's recovered by the Washington Valor inside the 10.
It's a good job by Josh Reese. Go up and make that play.
He mentioned 13, talking about you and your Hall of Fame career. Did you have different groups of guys where you had to treat them differently because they were younger and you didn't know them as well? And I'm talking about from your leadership standpoint, the way you approached them, the way you talked to them or yelled at them or didn't yell at them.
Well, there was only a few guys that I yelled at. I didn't really have to yell that much. I had another guy on my team, Hunky Cooper, did most of the yelling for our team. But I just tried to lead by example. And when I needed to say something, I said it. It wasn't much to say. I just wanted to go out and play and show and do my job.
Well, Avila's got it at the 10. Good field position. Out in the flat, caught, space. Reese inside the 5, down to the 4. Reese picks up 6 right there. All right, Dean Coquinos is with our Ari Wolf, getting play calls on this possession.
There we go, come on.
All right, what do you got, Coach?
We're going to go Wyman. We're going to go flat and smash right Devault.
All right, guys, keep your eyes on Devault, number 2.
It's the smash route here is going to be a whip route. You got to clear outside, smash route back inside.
Reese, the motion man. Avila with time. The lefty fires at the goal line. It's caught and taken down inside the 1-yard line is Duvall.
You got to run your feet on that route, Chris Duvall. You can't come out of your break leaning. You got to run your feet on that route, finish that route, get in and out of your cut, and keep your feet moving as you're pulling out of there, and that's a walk-in touchdown.
What do you got, Coach?
It's a dive, cut back to fullback here.
All right, guys, give it to the big fullback.
I think they're going to be giving it to James Gordon, I believe. Or no, they
got Falls in the game.
They got Falls at the fullback spot. This is jumbo package.
They hand it off. Falls the left side, spun down just shy of the goal line is Roosevelt Falls, the defensive lineman, 230, 30-year man from La Tech, getting some offense.
Watch the cutback and the pull. Pull the fullback Corbin. Too many guys. That's a great job.
All right, he was very quick with me right there. I got a feeling that he brought Reggie Gray back in the game for a reason, guys. Let's see if they go to him.
4th down and goal from the 1. Washington 0 for 1 on 4th down so far tonight. Timeout, Valor. With a 1:10 on the first half clock, facing a 4th and 1, already down by 18, cannot afford to go without points here.
Hey, guys.
Go ahead.
One thing that's interesting here is I'm so used to seeing Nick Davila with Kevin Guy, and they had this relationship where often Nick would come over, say what he liked, and Kevin would just nod his head and say go. It's a very different relationship. You know, Dean's not an offensive guy, so watching Dean and Nick communicate, it's a whole new world down here, Sid, for Nick to get used to this style of play calling, because, you know, Kevin Guy is only one guy like KG, right? So it's just a whole new system, new coach. Very interesting to watch the dynamics here at field level.
And if you're Nick, the toughest part of it is trying to translate what you're seeing and what you like into your words so your guys understand those plays. Because all the plays are the same. You just want to make it the same.
4th and goal, Avila pushing. Touchdown, Avila. On a 4th down play, a 1-yard touchdown plunge for the quarterback of the Valor.
That's a great surge by the offensive line. I mean, they were like 4 yards deep in the end zone. You got Atoye Otoye, watch the surge inside. Danzy, Otoye, and
Okay.
I mean, that's a great surge. It's a lot of beef.
They had to have that.
They did. They needed it.
41-29 at the 1 minute warning. PAT will come, and then officially the 1 minute warning here. Clark. Knocks it through. It's 41-30. Back with a final minute of an entertaining first half. It's Philadelphia inside Wells Fargo Center on a Saturday night. Minute to play first half. Seoul by 11. Washington on a 4th and goal. Got a touchdown sneak from their quarterback Avila. Continue to stay within arm's length here. And they had to have it. I mean, listen, this game, you can fall down by 3 or 4 touchdowns and come back to win. We've seen it, as they're going to kick it deep. But against this 2-0 Seoul team that's won the last 2 Arena Bowls, they are a machine right now. And now the Valor, they continue to be good on special teams. As Rico Stevenson gets dragged down inside his own 2-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Nick Duvall is not considered arguably the greatest for no reason. He's gonna finish this game, but you look at the clean play from Philadelphia. They have not been forced into any kind of trouble. We got an early hit on Dan, but weren't able to sustain any kind of pressure on him. And they've allowed him to settle into a comfortable rhythm as you get a look at the efficient numbers there.
Up the middle, space. Ferns has been effective, just shy of the marker. That's a good play call, right? Coming out on the first play.
Absolutely, great call. They don't want to be any kind of rush. But what a hit did Quay Cox just put on the
He's
big
made
fella.
a couple.
185 pounds. You're giving up 40 pounds. 60 pounds actually. That's not my strong point.
32 seconds. 2nd and 1. Ferns again. He's going to get that first down pickup. Clock continues to move. 24 seconds, and now they blow it dead. Timeout call.
And if you're Clint, Dan, in the huddle, you've got to reiterate to those guys, when you get your hands on the ball, don't fight for extra yards. There's no reason to. Don't give us a negative play by any stretch here by trying to get it 2 or 3 extra yards on a play and you get stripped.
So at what point do you start to hurry it down the field a little bit?
I mean, you still got 2 timeouts left. So, you know, I'm thinking maybe a sell route here. Maybe some kind of 10-yard route, even stops. Or even a screen outside. But I don't think, unless it's absolutely, you know, they can't handle it, I don't think they'll score here. I just think they want to make sure that Washington cannot get their hands on the ball again.
41-30, 24 seconds. The Valor had a bye in week 2. So they come in 0-1, got beat by Baltimore in week 1. Philly beat Albany on the road in week 1, beat Baltimore last week. He's trying to get to 3-0 right here. 1st and 10, quick hitter, Washa down the boards, gives himself up by placing the ball over the wall, just shy of the first down. 4 seconds, or 3 seconds ran off the clock.
That's great usage of the clock. You save your 2 timeouts. So what is still in effect? The run game still in effect. Your screen game still in effect, and that's in essence a screen play right there where you're just getting it out to a hot, letting him run with it.
So 2nd down and 1. From the 21. Reynolds, the motion man. Out there with Washa and Prince. Washa makes the grab into the boards. Gives it up again at the 21 of the Valor with 5 seconds going off the clock this time.
Tell you what, Tracy Belton was extremely close to getting underneath that thing.
So now what are you thinking with 16 seconds?
Still burn off a little more time. I mean, Washington does get the ball, so Philly does want to get points on this drive. They just want to make sure that the Valor cannot double up. They want to make sure the Valor don't see the ball again this half and put points on the board, because Washington has possession in the third to start the third quarter.
16 seconds from the 20-yard line of the Valor. Prince in motion. Dan Rodapa fires over the middle, caught, wide open. And now Reynolds is going to give himself up. There's a marker down at midfield. Reynolds with a smart play of not going in the end zone and giving himself up with 8 seconds at the 3-yard line on a gain of 17.
Let's see what the penalty is here.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 63 offense. 10-yard penalty, Maine's first down. Timeout.
Leonard Sinelli, O-lineman from Millersville, a rookie.
He's not playing. That's got to be on Tribute. 69.
It said 63, so it is. It's 69, Wayne Tribute. So that changes things, because 8 seconds go off the clock and you lose yardage instead of inside the 5-yard line of the Valor.
Well, they showed their hand there, and maybe you come back and run the same play or similar play. They're going to show you zone again. That was a zone beater play where you've got one stretching the defense. They had one low player and two high. They stretched the defense out in a trips formation and ran that delay slant in there wide open.
Philly has 1 timeout remaining, 8 seconds from the 20. So you can legitimately turn this into a 2-play opportunity.
Absolutely,
still.
absolutely. You can still run a PC over the middle, which is a post curl, call timeout, and then take a shot at the red zone. They're very good inside the red zone.
Hey guys, and one thing we learned in Albany week 1, they will not kick a field goal here if they don't get close. I can promise you that.
Although
it did work out for them.
Last time they did.
That time it did, but I think you get that one lucky one. You say, okay, we got it. Then play the percentages from there on.
I think Neil Tivis would like him to try it.
Prince in motion from the 20. Rodaba with 8 seconds. Far boards. Not much of a gain to Money Reynolds. He got 3, 5 seconds remaining. Coming up here at halftime from Philadelphia. We'll go around the league, talk about the earlier matchup today between the other 2 teams in the AFL and how that one went down with Baltimore and Albany, as well as what's coming up in the coming weeks on CBS Sports Network. First half stats and highlights as well coming up at halftime. So 5 seconds now. Is this a 1-play deal at this point?
I think it has to be. I mean, with 5 seconds, you are at home, so you might get that clock stopped. However, you shouldn't.
From the 23, motion man is Prince. Quick hitter, and they were able to get it. Only 2 seconds go off the clock, and Washa able to get down to the 21 of the Valor.
Way to be heads up and get everybody on the same page and understanding. And Washington will give you that.
Now is it a 1-play deal?
Washington will give you that.
From the 20, 3 seconds on the clock.
So what was that Ari just said about a field goal?
Exactly.
Seriously, Clint looked like his head was going to pop off, and then he called for the field goal.
I tell you, that hands to the face penalty was huge. You know, it's tough for those big guys in there. It's a dogfight every play. Sometimes you get tangled up the wrong way, but that's a costly penalty on the soul.
This is a long one by Arena football standards. A 35-yard attempt from the foot of Adrian Trevino. Launches it down the middle. Trevino to close the half. Drills a 35-yard long distance one. And Clint Dolzell is with Ari Wolf.
All right, Coach, I know you were really disappointed you guys didn't get the touchdown there. Let that go for just a moment. How do you assess your play in the first half?
Oh, good. We had some breaks go our way, too. We made the plays when they're put in front of us. We're going to get better, though. I thought we had a safety they didn't give us 2 there, so.
Were you pleased with the amount of pass rush you got on Avila?
A lot, yeah. If we can keep that up, pin them deep on our special teams, I think we'll have some more of that second half.
All right, nice job, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Ari, thanks. Coach Dolzell, thank you as well. A long field goal to close an electrifying first half in Philadelphia. The Soul lead 44-30, looking for 20 straight home wins inside Wells Fargo Center. Halftime when we come back.